Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and today we're observing these birds, some younger grow-outs, while I talk about the one-year-old hen that I processed this morning. And I got that bird all the way de-feathered until it dawned on me, you know what, I should take a video. Because I haven't done that video yet with a one-year-old hen or any processed hen, really. I've only done the boys so far. After this little intro, we're gonna skip directly ahead into the graphic part. So this is your warning for that. And I will say that I don't like processing older hens. I love them, but I can't stop calling for sentiment. I can't let that get in the way of my flock decisions. And she was not laying eggs when all of her peers were, and that's kind of a deal breaker for the desired utility traits. So without further ado, let's get into what this hen looks like without her feathers on. Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and today it's dumpling day. Now, this is a one-year-old American Bresse hen who has found herself in this position for non-productive behavior. And by that, I mean she was way too young to be taking an extended break for laying, especially this time of year, because she's only been in active lay for about 7 months, and it's too soon for there to be a break. But I've been talking for the last several weeks on getting a hold of a female to show you what this part looks like with the feathers off of it. I have a couple other little notes too. So 7 months ago, this girl passed all of the tests, and she got this far into the program, but we still need to document that first year of laying utility, and that's where she didn't keep up with her peers. But she has the feel, and she has the fleshing. Very, very nice. I'm gonna see if I can find the angle to really show you, but I already took the feet off so I can still have a view showing the width in here, in between the legs. Her keel length, this is where it begins and this is where it ends, and it's nice and straight. But more importantly, that fleshing is all the way down to the end. It's all the way across. It's up in here. My whole hand. So when they do have feathers and I'm holding the bird like this, that's what I'm looking for. For the table traits, because that passes rather strongly through the females. From this angle you can see it's nice and smooth through there. It's not caved in. So when I'm putting my hand on the other underside of the bird, this is going to be a little awkward the way I'm doing this, but basically I'll take the bottom of my hand right there and run my middle finger up along the keel. See how long it is in there. I'm looking at the width with this feel. This is it. Now, granted, she only weighed 5 pounds. That looks like a lot more than 5 pounds, but she was on the smaller end of the spectrum, which is another contributing factor of why she's not going to move forward through the breeding plan. Now, a little tidbit to add here is how to find out if your hens are actively laying or not. And it has to do with that pelvic spacing. So when we're looking at the pelvic space, there's a bone there, and there's a bone right there. Right here is the vent, and it's the width between these. So on a mature 1-year-old or older female that is an active lay, the spread is going to be wider, pushing 4 fingers. 3 fingers fit here. And there's no egg in here. If she was getting ready to lay, it would be in there. Once I get inside, we'll find out if she was even thinking about laying eggs. I haven't gutted yet because I wanted this all intact to show you. So the other important measurement that I look for on the back side of the bird is the distance from the end of the keel to the pelvic pin bones. 3 fingers fall in there easy. 4 will fit if I force it. So like 3.5 fingers is the distance from there to there. And that has a big impact on how easily the eggs are going to come out, how easily my hand will fit inside, and then how that passes forward onto her offspring if she were to have gotten a pass forward in the breeding program. For the back width and the length, I left the tail on. Normally I don't have the tails on, but right there would be the base. The feathers would have stopped about here, and I could put my hand there, run my hand all the way up, looking for the divot that's in there for the neck. Shoulder width, here's our wings. Right here is where the shoulders tie in. 3 fingers with some extra room in there. I can see why she was able to stay with us for so long, but the laying utility is every bit as important as the table traits. That's nice though. That's what I wanted to show you guys when I'm talking about it, because on a lot of birds, it'll be like a very steep V. And then when you put your hand on it, it feels real sharp and real angular. But you can see here, it doesn't have that sharp angle going on because of the fullness and the width that's in here on either side of the keel. All right, I gotta keep moving on this, but definitely worth mentioning and worth showing while I have a bird here to show us. The drumstick is pretty small. Again, that's for the gender. The males, it would be thicker through here. This is gonna be a nice batch of dumplings. Now I need to focus and get inside. I might turn this back on for some more notes if I find anything of interest inside. Otherwise, more on this later. So I did want to show you the liver because it's great for a wellness check when you're inside birds. This is good color. There's no spotting. Nice and healthy. That's what I would expect to see. No fat on it too. It was the gizzard that made me think to mention that when you are inside older birds, you do want to check and see how much internal fat there is, because that can become really problematic if they get too buried in fat, and you may need to put them on a diet and adjust their feed. There was only a very little bit of fat around the gizzard, and it was not riddled through the rest of this. So she was in really good condition, but there were no eggs coming anytime soon. Her yolk cluster, I guess you'd call it, there's still some of that in there that I wasn't able to get, but nothing in development, nothing in the chute. Where'd it go? There it is. It got a little mangled on the way out, but this is part of the laying track. It's healthy, just nothing going on at all. The heart, that looked good. It wasn't too covered in fat. Lungs had the right color, clean and bright looking. I really wish that she would have been laying, even though she was underweight by like half a pound Still love this carcass. Reasonably healthy bird, but not laying when we needed her to be laying. That's alright. There's plenty more birds to get through, and plenty of them are getting a pass into next season. I figured I'd show you guys the female side of processing and what that looks like, because I haven't made this video yet, but now I have. Now I just need to do it better. But in the meantime, feel free to like and subscribe as I get through all this and keep working this flock forward with momentum.